I think the New York Knicks makes sense. I don't know what they would give up. Maybe taking Bridges back to Phoenix. The Knicks make sense, man, because when Jalen Brunson, if he just want to, like you said, Kevin doesn't have to be the guy. It's Jalen Brunson's team. He just comes in like he did with the Warriors with stuff.
And
yeah, you just,
mercenary.
Right. And every time, you know what? It's like, hey, Jalen Brunson, you're going to sit down for a little bit. You're either in foul trouble, you're tired, whatever it is. Kevin Durant will give you 14 and a quarter.
So if you ask me, preferably, where I would like to see him, it would be New York.
Yeah.
For one, the market. Okay. Go be a star again. You've been in Phoenix the past couple of years. Hasn't really gone the way you've wanted to go. People have been on his head top. A lot of negativity. Team hasn't really done shit. Hasn't been competitive. Really since he's been there. They've had a couple years where they've like ran into the playoffs and people just thought they'd turn it on. Hasn't worked. Him, the Brad, and Devin experiment went as bad as it could possibly go. And he still has so much talent left. Obviously, we saw that in the Olympics just a year and a half ago. This guy was unbelievable in Paris. So we know how good of a player he is. Even look at his numbers this year. This guy's still a machine. So great point. He could go to a team where he doesn't technically have to be the best player. It'd be Brunson. You know, you have Carl. But this is like this mercenary for hire, this weapon specialist for hire. This guy who can come in, easy money sniper, and just get buckets. And when Jalen's having those games where he's like, you know, getting doubled or the shot's not falling, like you said, the ball gets a little sticky in the playoffs. We saw that with the Knicks. It started getting a little, you got this guy, Kevin Durant here, that can bail you out. Mikal Bridges, someone like that you can maybe move to get off of him. That makes sense. I think the market makes sense. Obviously, the New York Nation, when they're good, it's good for basketball. You saw what happened in the playoffs. Them adding Kevin Durant with the pieces around, again, depends on how much they're willing to give up, because an issue for them this year was depth. So if you give up Mikal and like two other players, you have to really go out and fit, which they can do.
You know what, man? We did a breakout on the last pod where you were talking about how New York needs to add depth. Why aren't people signing for minimum there because they're in New York? Like the same way people sign with LeBron when he's on the Heat and they got their Shane Battiers.
They should.
Why aren't they getting like that?
They should.
New York people should be trying to they do it for the Lakers.
There should be a lot of vets that should look to sign with the Knicks.
Yeah.
Because for what you might lack in a contract and taxes, let's talk about that. You know, it's 37% government, federal. On top of that, you have state tax if you're in New York, which is an additional around 13%.
You sound like someone that's played for the Knicks, and you start looking at the numbers. You were crunching the numbers.
We're looking at 50% off the top. So if you're making $2 million, when you see a guy making $50 million, he's making 25. If he's making 30 a year, he's making 15. They cut that motherfucker in half playing there. So what you might lack in money, you'll get in the secondary with endorsements and marketing. Josh Hart is every bit of an average role player, okay? And he's good. He's a good role player. He hustles. But you see in the playoffs, like sometimes he can't create his own shot. Doesn't have the capability to make a play for somebody else. He's like a hustle guy. This guy was on like a Wheaties box last year. He had his own Mike and Ike. You know what I mean? He had like 6 points in a playoff game. He has Mike and Ike's. He's huge. That's what happens when you play for the Knicks. I'm not kidding, man. Yeah. So there is something there. Now, obviously, Kevin is bigger than basketball. He doesn't need any of this. He's already got all this. But other players, to your point, should look at New York as an option, a viable option, for them to be, fuck all the money. Be on a team that's going to be in the show, be in the race.
Man, forget all of that. Play basketball when the most beautiful women are courtside. I mean, come on. As a player, I mean, come on. Give me something here.
Well, I mean, in that case, you might go to Miami, man. Just go get a Latino just sitting there, doesn't know a look at what's going on. Can't speak English, just sitting over there just like, beautiful. It's hard to probably beat that city. Right. But I see what you're saying.
But also, we're talking about the Knicks. We're not talking about this coaching thing. I mean, you want to get this off your chest.
No. We're gonna ease our way into that topic because that, my friend, is a whole
what the hell is going
thing.
on?
So, what doesn't help them in free agency is the uncertainty of who they're going to hire for a coach. Now, obviously, free agency hasn't started yet, but it's just the way they do business that people look at and be like, I don't know if I want to be a part of this, okay? If you're a coach, first off, why the fuck would you want to deal or be in this situation? Thibodeau just went to the conference finals and it wasn't good enough. They fired him, guys. They fired Tibbs. And I'm not really a Tibbs guy, okay? I played for him. It wasn't the best experience personally. Didn't treat me well at all. First day of camp, this is a true story. First day of camp, this is my first time really talking to him since signing there. He looks at me and says, and this is true word for word, this is his first words to me. I'm not making this up. Thibodeau comes up to me and says, hey man, excited for you to be here. I wanted Derek, but you'll do great. You'll do great. And he walked away. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm not going to be here long. I'm not going to be here long. Within a month or two, guess who's on the team? Derrick Rose. I already knew I was on my way out. And the way it went down and the way they handled business was crazy, bro. They like brought me in a dark room. It was Leon, Worldwide West, and Tibbs. We just won a game. We had just beaten Cleveland. I'll never forget this. We just beat Cleveland. Walking to my locker, one of like the little managers goes, "Hey, they want to see you in a suite." They were in a box too, like a suite, like upstairs in the stadium. So I had to walk through the arena by myself, go up to like a box. It's dark as shit in there, and it's just. Like
Have you showered yet?
No. It's just a dim light. But there's COVID, so nobody's in the arena.
Yeah.
I go in there, and it's all three of them just sitting in there. I did shower because it took time for them to get up there. I showered, got my clothes on. They came and grabbed me.
Just paint us the picture, man.
I walk in the room, and they're all three sitting there in the dark with like a little light. It's like an interrogation type thing. And they go, hey, man, we're going to move you. We just got Derek here. Until we find a right spot for you, you don't have to travel with the team anymore. I go, what are you talking about? I go, I don't understand. They're like, oh, we just figured you wouldn't want to. Like, try to make it about me, like they're doing me a favor.
A room like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas is just insane.
And I'm just like, this is the craziest thing I've ever dealt with.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to tell me you're going to trade me. That's part of the business. You have to take that as a professional. To tell me I can't travel with the team anymore, so I can't work out with the guys, I can't stay in shape, I can't stay sharp, I can't support the guys who are playing. At this point, they'd already cut my minutes back drastically since they got Derek anyway. I already knew what it was. So, and I don't even think Derek was like healthy right away, but they had already cut my minutes back, preparing for him to start playing.
Yeah.
I already knew what it was. I was very confused. So after I leave, in the meeting, they're telling me, we don't want you to travel with the team. You're good. Just stay here. We're going to find someone to trade you to in a good situation. I was shocked. Mind you, we actually had a decent record. This is like when Emmanuel Quickley was a rookie. Julius Randle was probably our best player at the time. Not probably, he was. RJ Barrett. We had a weird team. This team wasn't going anywhere. But neither did they after I got traded anyway. I was very confused, but I had never been traded like that before, so I didn't think it was too abnormal. I call my pops. I'm like, yo, pops, they said they're going to trade me. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, Tibbs said they're going to move me. He goes, well, that's not surprising. They brought in Derek, which was strange after, remember, I was having a decent year at the Knicks, especially in the role that I had anyway. I was making $2-3 million a year, guys, having quarters where I had 27 in a quarter. And again, I only did that a couple times, but I had multiple games where I helped them win games and close games. For a guy only making $2.5-3 million, you'd think that's pretty good money spent. He goes, well, just stay sharp, be at the team, keep working out, be positive. Right now, that's going to help you get traded. It's just them being like, hey, man, he hasn't played. We've reduced his role. This guy's been fantastic. He's here every day working. He's been mad supportive of the guys who are playing before him. I go, well, no, they told me to stay home. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, they told me they're just going to just not to travel with the team. He goes, also, they tell guys who are a distraction and who are a problem to stay the fuck away. It's like when Chandler was with what team was he with? Memphis. They're like, hey, yo, brother, just go. We don't want you around, right? That stuff happens sometimes with guys like that. I was like, bro, I'm a gym rat. I'm in the gym all the time. I'm working. What's the problem? That's how it ended with them. And I ended up having to call Thibodeau My fucking emasculating ass had to call him and ask him, can I please travel with you guys so I can continue to work out on my game and have trainers at my expense, and I'll support the guys who are playing ahead of me. I have no problems. They just let me travel with the team. And then eventually just traded, I don't even know where they traded me to. They traded me to somewhere that was going to waive me. They didn't even do
OKC or something.
Yeah, they didn't even do right by me. They traded me to a team that wasn't even going to use me.
Yeah.
So that whole thing where like they brought me in the room and was like, hey, we're going to get you to a good situation. They ended up trading me to a team that had no use for me because I was OKC just rebuilding. They didn't have Jalen Williams. They didn't have Chet. These guys weren't even in the NBA yet. Shea wasn't even an MVP guy yet. So like they had no reason to sign a 29-year-old, 30-year-old. So I ended up getting fucked. I bring all this to...
But you ended up being on the Nuggets.
Yeah, no, it ended up...
And I ended up having some big playoff games. Yeah, so it was a beautiful situation.
But I made that work.
Yeah.
That wasn't them. I made that work. And by the grace of God, my agent, David Spawn, Halliburton's agent, is the one that got me in a situation. And then I obviously helped myself by playing well. That could have been the end for me, though.
Yeah.
I was on a couch for 2 months in New York, chilling there with the worst anxiety I've ever had in my life. Because A, I just got waived by the Knicks, or technically they traded me to a team that was going to waive me. And the way it happened was terrible. Mind you, COVID is going on, guys. All right? So remember, players had to get tested daily for the results. I go to get tested with my mother, and they denied me access at the facility to get tested, and my mom. So I had to go to like a Walgreens as an NBA player and get tested. I call my agent and my pops. They fucking lose it. I get a bullshit ass call from Wes. Oh, hey man, sorry, I wasn't aware that you were coming to the facility to get tested. Man, get the fuck out of here. You know I was there. They know they called you when I pulled up because I was outside for like an hour complaining that how the hell can I get in and not be tested? They don't do business the right way sometimes. Okay, that's what I'm fucking saying. I've been holding on to this story for a long time, and I got more, but I'm gonna hold back. Okay, because I'm not the type of guy that like wants to unturn every stone. So when you fire Tibbs, first off, I don't have any remorse to keep it 100 with you, but still, let's keep it professional. You fire Tibbs, and then you have no motherfucking plan to hire who else. Now you're scrapping around, asking other teams, can we interview your coach?
And we've seen it with assistants, right? That's fine.
That's different.
You're giving an assistant a promotion.
Especially when there's an inkling, when there's a hint that this guy's going to get head coaching opportunities, or when you get an idea that a coach is about to leave, that's when teams should be able to reach out.
Right.
Y'all just going to happy homes and happy situations and being like, can we take your coach? Is nuts. And then what have we found out? Every team has been like, no, denied.
Yeah.
It'd be like, imagine going to a bar and seeing a happy couple sitting there. his arms around his girl, they're kissing, they're being romantic, words of affirmation in the air. Everything's positive. Imagine just walking over there, sliding in between the dude and the girl, talking to the man and go, can I talk to your girl, man? Could you give me an opportunity? Would you allow me? Would you allow me to talk to your girl?
I love what she's done with you, and I'm looking for that same kind of...
I see how she is with you, and she looks fantastic. Is there any way I can take her for a spin? I won't bring her back either. I'm trying to take her and hide her. I want her to be my girlfriend.
I think she can get us over the hump.
Do you mind? Do you mind? The answer would be, get the fuck out my face. It's hilarious.
But okay, so it made sense to me with the first. Okay, I gave it a pass when the first one was Jason Kidd. I saw the Jason Kidd thing. I was like, okay, because I was like,
why?
Okay, because Dallas is in shit. I don't know what's going on over there.
How they got the second pick? They got the second pick in the draft. They got the number one pick in the draft.
Jason Kidd didn't want to get rid of. He's not in line with management or Nico, and maybe he needs to get out of there. It's awkward. New start. Let's go to New York.
They got Cooper Flag.
You go into Udoka in the Rockets, and they're the second seed,
and he's one of the most highly touted coaches in basketball.
In his first year went to the finals.
Yeah, no one is. Houston was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Then they go to Atlanta and try to grab Quinn Snyder. Like, we're not getting rid of him either. They've just gone from team to team trying to poach a coach. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
Now, if it's an assistant coach where everyone's like, yo, this guy's one of the next head coaches.
Like, he's going to be a head coach.
Know he's going to leave.
With the Knicks.
That's when you can ask a team, hey, man, is there any way we can have an opportunity to talk to him before he makes a decision?
Right.
That's normal. To just go to an outright team that's doing decent or well or has a good relationship with their coach and everything's kind of amicable, you just walking over there and being like, hey, can we talk to him? Is insane. They have no plan. They fired a top-tier coach, as much as I hate fucking saying it. They fired Tibbs and are just walking around like with their hands in their pockets, just like, hey, you happy over there? You want to come over? What the hell are you doing? This is insane.
Bro, it's to the point where Shams, he posted the Quinn Snyder one and he goes, another one. It's like just in, like a different one.
It shows a lack of I'm trying to, again, I've never seen anything like this.
And you just came off your first good year in so long, bro. We're talking like 20 years, man.
It's like y'all couldn't have, man.
You might have been the favorites in the East next year.
Yeah, y'all couldn't have just held it down and waited.
And they still could, but
until y'all had a clear-cut choice of who you wanted to hire. Who fires their coach after going to the conference finals and then just going and interviewing other teams who are happy with their coach about taking their coach?
Well, we didn't even like the way after the game. It's like, how do we trade Carl? It's like, you guys went to the conference finals, and instead of being like, let's build on this, like the Pacers last year, conference finals, let's build on it. Now they're in the finals, might win the championship.
Yeah, man. What if the Pacers would have just fired Rick last year? Like, hey, man, you got us to the conference finals, wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Just hold it down. Then people are like, well, Tibbs has a problem. He don't play his guys. Motherfucker, they had no guys. Their whole paycheck goes to the starting lineup. Who was he supposed to play?